Okay, we ready. I don't know why I keep checking stuff. I need to sit down. Okay, cool. All right. One second, y'all. 1 second. All right, we are ready.
So you just don't think this is right information. You
Anyhow,
know it's the right information.
Man, I look tired. I really
What I teach here in
gotta
our
sleep
program,
a little bit.
I don't wonder if it works. I know it works. I had to be 87.
All right.
And I feel like that's
How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Yeah. I got myself a nice little breakfast. You know, God is good. Should I show it to you? I guess. Ta-da! My mom doesn't really eat like that, so she just wanted one egg. So that's cool. My thing is this, like, people think, anyway, people think all kinds of things about me. And it's only fair because y'all don't know me, right? So assumptions are fair in the game, but I really don't feel like explaining it, you know. I feel like 2026 is all about, for me at least, it's gonna be all about just doing me, you know what I mean? Being more comfortable in my skin, balling out of control, you know what I mean? It might sound weird to y'all, right? But I kind of sort of did a past life regression, which basically means like trying to figure out who you were in your past lives and things like that. And from what I gathered, I was some kind of monk or something like that. So in this lifetime, I'm supposed to learn how to have an ego, believe it or not. So that's what I'm doing, y'all. I'm trying to have an ego that's not too big, of course, but a nice proportion. All right, so this will cut off, but you know, there's a long version. Yeah, I know the drill. But yeah, I just had to let them know what it is because not everybody knows that, you know, I don't just do short videos or whatever. Woo, that was a close one. I need a haircut, that's the main thing. But, anyhow, my girl used to say, like, my ex, I ain't gonna say my girl or whatever, because she probably gonna watch this and then, you know, do what she do. So, I'll be right back. But yeah, like I was saying, my ex my ex used to call me champ all the time. And for y'all, for those who don't know what champ means, it's basically um, not a nice word to use. Let me just put it that way. It's not something you want to say to somebody. You know, it's one of those words you say to people that it's kind of con, condescend, wait, condescending, right? Condescending. Anyhow, but yeah, she used to call me champ all the time because you know I'm different. You know what I mean? I'm different. I'm not like you know most guys or whatever. You know, I'm gonna be real. I'm kind of like the Steve Urkel type. You know, I I used to wear glasses all the time, and I'm kind of a genius, and I don't do things that make sense to most people, I guess. So I'm gonna keep talking and talking and talking instead of eating. So let me eat first, y'all. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for allowing me to inspire somebody out there to become the best version of themselves. Thank you so much for helping me to make the world a better place for myself first. Very important, for myself first, and others by default, because we are all one. Thank you for allowing me the understanding that I now hold. Thank you for every blessings that I receive. Thank you for all my angels and ancestors guiding me and leading me and making sure that I'm straight on the daily, And I'm sorry for all the times when I took things for granted, I'm really trying to become a better person as far as becoming more grateful for everything that I receive. Thank you so much for the gift of gifts, which is the ability to take control over my subconscious mind, by default manifest anything that I desire.
Here's a hot take, and you have a message inside you that people aren't meant to hear. It'll never make the impact that it truly deserves until you have one thing: an audience. The best way to build an audience and a platform that amplifies your message is not a book, a podcast, a newsletter, none of it. It's landing a TEDx talk. And here's why. Because the TEDx YouTube channel has over 41 million subscribers. It's the biggest stage on the planet. So all it takes is one 15-minute talk to build a massive audience. One talk to position yourself as a credible, authoritative leader. One talk that can lead to podcasts, book deals, interviews, media, press, coaching plans, social followers. One talk to raise more money for your cause, grow your business, and become a force of nature. I speak from experience. 13 years ago, I got on that stage, had never spoken before in my life. I watched that talk get 1,000 views, 5,000 views, 10,000 views, 20,000 views, and that's when. Now my show screams, who hears in their very first week?
All right.
I was
Man,
sitting
this
with
thing is getting hot. Ooh,
German
Lord.
she is. And I was sitting, I was sort of like a review
Really
meeting with her. She was a consultant
something.
for her company. And I was sitting with Jana, my assistant. And Catherine said, I believe success is 5% strategy and is 95% mindset. I'd never heard that before. I just looked at her. I just intuitively knew she was right. I knew she was right. I went back to this. I was on the street name, but I don't even know if I knew what strategizing meant. I didn't feel bad not knowing. Why would I?
All right.
I felt so under a minute.
There's no need to hide. Yeah. This is my beautiful bald head.
It's all about
Oh my gosh.
it's about your
I love myself so much.
Now before tomorrow, I'm
All
gonna
right,
show
let me
you
eat.
different concepts. I'm gonna explain them so that if you had a 15-year-old would understand it, believe me. I pride myself in explaining things in a very simple manner, not complicated. People have taught it to me. Very simple. It's about your marvelous mind. Is that Sandoval taught me, he says it's all in awareness, Bob. He said there's a marvelous inner world that exists within us. And the revelation of such a world enables us to do, to attain, to achieve anything we desire within the bounds or limits of nature. Now listen, this is vitally important information. I have never really studied finance. I'm not a financial guy. I've earned millions, literally billions of dollars. I think it's the easiest thing in the world to do. But I don't know how to manage it. I really don't. And I had my own company. But you know, we go back to what Einstein said. If we get the picture, if we get into the energy of the good we desire, you can't help it. Have it manifest. Around 15 years ago, we had a lady come to the seminar who was a securities attorney. Got a little friend here. And Sandy Gallagher was a securities attorney, a very successful one. She became fascinated with what we were teaching. One thing led to another. I'm going down the road pretty fast here. And Sandy Gallagher became my business partner. Sandy is really a financial genius. She really is. She was buying and selling banks, turning banks public. There's all that knew nothing about finance. And I attracted the perfect business partner. And I could just go ahead and do what I love doing. And I knew that our company was in good hands with that. And Sandy runs our company. She is the CEO, president of the company. Now, why am I mentioning this? You've got to become aware that you can and will attract whatever you require to cause whatever picture you're holding in your mind to move into form. It's not an accident. There is a marvelous inner world that exists within us. And the revelation of such a world enables us to do, to attain, to achieve anything we desire within the bounds or limits of nature.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look forward to you joining us on our next investor webinar, where you can drill deeper into our 9 to 13% annual interest rate bond offerings. See how our company has become an emerging leader in the oil and gas industry. In 2024, Phoenix Energy rose to become the 11th most prolific oil and gas operator in the Williston Basin, one of America's top producing regions. We are now right alongside industry giants like ConocoPhillips and EOG, and plan to continue rising in the rankings. Our daily production rates have risen as high as 18,000 barrels of oil per day. We sold more than 4 million barrels, and we're just getting started. We hope to see you at our brief webinar. In less than 1 hour, you will learn more about our 9 to 13% annual interest rate bond offerings and the U.S. oil and gas sector. These Regulation D 506E bond offerings are open to accredited investors. Our team will guide you through the details of how to get started. Sign up for the webinar and start your journey with Phoenix Energy today.
Here's how savvy investors are getting the government to send them tax checks. This is a hidden gem that people don't know about. I don't want to live 9 to 5, paycheck to paycheck. I like the freedom to choose my life. Essentially, money affords that.
This has proved to be different on every single point of contact. It's the low risk, it's the double-digit returns. It's very impressive.
You're like me, I worked for 40 years, I'm still working. More important, work on the right things that will lead to passive income in the long run.
There's one income investment that pays better than real estate. It's easier to buy than stocks, and your returns are actually secured by law. Have you heard of income tax?
I just get us satisfied, man.
But did you know there's
Do
a secret government-secured
we
cash flow investment where people are getting checks in the mail, earning a percentage of the
Do
government's
we
annual tax revenue?
can?
That's like $2.1 trillion with a T right now every year. So what do the returns on investments like this look like? Well, your typical dividend stock pays like 2, maybe 4% a year. It's pathetic. Real estate, you're looking to make maybe 10%, and that's after you pay mortgages, property taxes, the management company. That is, of course, even if you're rich enough to get into real estate. But with this tax-secured investment, which, by the way, has been off limits to everyday people like us for like at least the last 85 years, because Haven't you heard of this before? Believe it or not, it's because these giant investment banks like JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, these guys have kept it under wraps for people like us operating through shell companies, hoarding billions of dollars.
Dang.
Their pockets
That's how you demolish
but now the secret's kind of out.
the food, you know what I mean? You got demolished.
These crazy things showing you exactly how
I'm probably gonna skip though. 'Cause I've been overworking a little bit. If I'm 100% honest and transparent with y'all, I've been working a little too much. And that's not good all the time, you know? So, yeah.
Now, that law, or that truth, was taught to me by this man. He taught me so many things.
Excuse me.
Dell and I became great friends. We did a lot of work together. He was a big guy.
But yeah, thanks for watching.
Not that big. I think I was about 130
This is it for
pounds when I
now.
started working with him. We'd be out the
I'm
road.
gonna
We
go
both like buying clothes.
recharge,
Like
you know what I
clothes stores.
mean?
You ain't men's clothes.
Recharge.
It was always riveting.
But
He said, you know, this guy
there's
is
some
running
great
around
content
showering
on the
wet.
way. You know what I
What he
mean?
was doing was making
Great content,
excuses
books.
for him being as big as he was. But sure, a great guy. Now, he's the one.
We talking books. We
You
talking
need to introduce me
a
to
whole
this
bunch of
guy.
stuff. I
And
ain't
he said,
even
Bob,
about
I
to say
want
it.
you to let
You know,
that represent
I'm
you.
just short. But
And he
yeah,
said the big circle
it's a whole
represents
lot
your
coming.
mind. Top half of
So
it is
yeah,
your
thanks
conscious
for
mind. And the
all
bottom
your
half
support
is your
and everything like
subconscious
that.
mind. Now you've been reading a lot about this.
Really means a
but
lot
I
to
would
me.
suspect
I don't take it for
that you're very
granted.
confused when you read a lot of this.
And before I
I
forget,
think one of the best books on the subconscious
big
mind
shout out
is
to
Dr.
Benji,
Joseph
you know what I
Murphy's
mean?
book, The Power
That's
of
the
the
homie right
Subconscious
there.
Mind.
That's
It's a phenomenal book. If you don't
that's
have it,
value
the
right
library's not
there.
gonna
You know what I mean?
And anyway, he taught me this drawing, and he said, when you think of yourself, you got an image.
But I need to know like what kind of food you eat,
You
bro.
gotta
Like
understand the
I
mind
don't know.
is
Do
everything
you
in
eat the
your
kind of
life.
food I be eating? You seem to enjoy it, so
I said,
it's gonna be
"Let's look at
cool
this.
when we meet.
There's the mind.
I know that.
There's
You
a
know,
positive
we're gonna
side
smoke
to
some
nature.
weed. You know, we're
He
gonna
said, that
eat
actually
good.
represents a law of
We're
polarity,
gonna
the law
talk
of
about
opposites.
everything,
And he
have
said
a
here,
great time, and
power
you know, it's
flows
gonna
into
be a
your
vibe.
consciousness.
So I'm
And
looking
when it
forward
flows
to
into
meeting
your
you someday
consciousness,
soon, hopefully.
you create thoughts.
And
You
yeah,
literally create thoughts from a power
but yeah,
that flows
guys.
into your conscious mind.
Talk to you
can
later.
originate thoughts. You can
Peace.
think something